Yo, what is going on? How are y'all doing? It is me, the Druid here, and welcome to a beat making video.
Ice cold like the freezer. She divine, but I promise I don't need her. She hit my lawn, shawty got, so I'ma keep her. We run it up.
And today, what I was thinking is, I don't know if you guys know the company Cymatics. Cymatics is a really big company for music producers and just music makers in general. They make packs and presets for all kinds of genres of music, especially hip hop. And recently they made a beat contest called the Destiny Beat Contest. Now I entered that separately. I'll make a video on that if I magically have a chance to win. I'm not gonna win. It gets announced on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Tuesday, but you'll probably be watching this some other time. But anyway, that's out of the way. I was just listening to their pack and going through some other stuff to make whatever I wanted, and I found this world genre, and I was just listening, and I was like, what if I make some kind of Chinese trap music with this? And then I was like, you know what? Let's make a video on it because I love beat making, and I'm gonna do a lot more of these if this does well. So I was thinking, I'm gonna try making a beat with this Cymatics Shanghai. So it comes in these are all the stems of the loop itself. So what I'm gonna do, let me just extend this. I'm gonna just drag all this into FL Studio and listen to them individually. So here we go. Let me just put the BPM down to 116 right there. So let's just listen to how this sounds all together first of all. So it's sounding really good actually. So, you know what? Let's go back into the beat making. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I really like this sound. So what I'm gonna first do is I had the idea to reverse it. Let's just do it and see if it sounds good or bad. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm really fucking with that sound. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna do something no one's ever achieved before. I'm gonna make this back to normal real quick. I'm just gonna make it unique as a sample. Yep. And I'm gonna reverse this, and I'm gonna drag in a non-reverse one and play them on top of each other. Let's just make this a lot lower, and let's see how that sounds. I like that a lot, so I'm going to put that a little bit lower because you can still hear it very prominently, and then I'm going to start the mixing on this. So let me just start with the proper guitar sound. I'll just make this quieter by turning it off. So we're going to add some reverb, as you already know how we do it. Now, a lot of you watching may not know what I'm doing, but let's just say I'm making this sound a lot better. Reverb is basically called echo in English, but in producer language it's called reverb. That's just producer language. So then we're gonna add this to stop the sound clipping, and I'm sure most of you know what clipping is. Basically stopping it sound. Okay, this basically makes it sound better. Basically, in my opinion, I like putting soft clipper on it. Then we're gonna add OTT. OTT is basically like a compressor. So actually we're gonna just replace that with, we're gonna put that first. Put this a bit lower because I'm gonna add Camel Crusher, which is distortion, which also makes it louder. So I As you can see, that's a lot louder than it was before. Then we're gonna add EQ, which is basically taking out the low frequencies and leaving in the high frequencies so that when I play an 808 bass with it, or just a normal bass with it, it doesn't sound muddy and mixed together. So we're gonna put that right there. A bit more. That's sounding really nice and Chinese and or Spanish or something like that, like a Spanish guitar, but it sounds a bit of a Chinese melody, Chinese traditional melody. Not that I know what that sounds like, but you guys get me. Anyway, I'm gonna add a fruity chorus on that because fruity chorus just makes it sound a bit nice and kind of wavy. Okay, that's a bit much. That's too much. We're gonna turn it down a bit. Copy that value over there. Perfect. And that's done with the mixing of that guitar. So now we're gonna take this one, add it onto the mixing of the first guitar. So we're gonna just put that right there. Turn it down more, it's too loud. And now let's see how they sound together. I think it sounds good. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think it sounds pretty good. Next, we're gonna go on to the koto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this thing right here, this right here. Oh, I absolutely love that sound. We're gonna add it to the sound of the guitar, and let's see if that sounds good. If not, we're gonna mix it separately. But I think I'm gonna use the same effects either way. So, that sounds nice, guys. Very nice. Okay, that's the koto already done. Shaker. Let's put that louder. Nothing really done to do with that. Then the string right here. That I can just instantly add onto the guitar. So the only reason I'm adding it to number 5, which is the one I've mixed the guitar on, is because this is like a melody mixer. This is all the stuff I add onto a melody mixer. Well, what we music producers call it is a bus. I don't know why, but it's like a bus full of effects that you can add onto any melody. So that's what I'm doing right now. The texture, that's just like a little ambience in the background. Put that a bit louder. So then we have the flute. This is gonna sound lit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the flute onto the effects of the melodies, and let's see how that sounds. And without the effects, sounds like this. There we go. That sounds nice. So I've mixed, the vocals. I forgot about those. Okay, so let's listen to how these sound by themselves. Now, let's add them onto the bus. Oh, wait, what? Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Sorry. Here, this is how it sounds. It sounds nice and reverby and echoey. Now the final thing to mix is the bass. So the bass I'm not gonna mix on the melody bus because it needs different mixing. So I'm gonna add that to its own track, as I just did right there with Control L. That's a really nice bass. So I'm gonna add some reverb a little bit, not too much, and I'm gonna turn the bass knob all the way up. That sounds lit. So we're gonna add another soft clipper on that baby. And we're gonna add an OTT in the very, very beginning as a compressor. Right there, and we're gonna turn that, we're gonna put that on the very top. And then we're gonna add a EQ, and we're just gonna remove the sub frequencies because that's where the 808 comes in. Not the bass because it is a bass, but we're just gonna remove the sub frequencies. So right there. Or like that. Also a bit of the highs. Like that. effect. As you can see, I'm not as good in mixing the EQ as I am at everything else, but I'm not horrible at it either. So we're gonna add another camel crusher on that to make it louder and a bit more distorted to sound like this. And I also added, what else? Oh yeah, a chorus on this bad boy. And then we're gonna paste in the value 50. Oh shit, I copied the other value of it. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna paste in the value right there. You may not hear a complete difference because the value is turned down, but if I turn it up to 100, you can hear a big difference. So we're gonna put it back down to 50, and everything is mixed, so let's hear how it sounds with everything playing. So what I'm gonna do is I want to have the beat drop with the drums and everything over here. So I'm just gonna cut it everything right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add back a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna add the koto thing back. Right here. Put that thing over there. I'm gonna add the flute back right about there as well. Because this is gonna be a drop full of everything, okay? So we're gonna add, yep, that's all there. Yeah, so this is how the drop's gonna sound without the drums and 808s, obviously. And now for a lot of people's favorite part, the drums. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a simple hip hop drum pattern. And then this is how it sounds with really bad sounds. I hate these 808 clap, kick, hi-hat. So I'm gonna add some of my own. So I'm using this pack called the called Icy, the Whole Lotta Red X the Life of Pierre Bourne's drum kit. If you guys don't know who Pierre Bourne is,
yo Pierre, you wanna come out here?
He's a really insane music producer, hip hop beat producer like me. Except I'm not as insane as him, probably not even insane, but he's probably my favorite and his sounds are insane. So this is the kick sound. We're gonna put that on the 808 kick. Then we're gonna have a clap. This is how it's gonna sound. Add that right there. As for the hi-hat, it's gonna sound like this. Add that right there. And finally, the snare is from my own sample pack, which you can download on my beat store, and it's called Skydive. And the snare sounds like, if I can find it, the snare sounds like this. So we're gonna put that over there, and without any mixing, this is how it sounds. Now we're gonna level it. So we'll put a kick a bit louder. Now leveling is just making the volumes higher and lower to make it sound better, which is pretty easy to be honest. And then we're gonna add a little bit of pattern in the hi-hat, so. Actually, we're gonna add a hi-hat roll right here. Perfect. Add another hi-hat over there. And then we're gonna add another hi-hat roll right there. Perfection. Now the drums are really easy, to be honest. That's the simple drum beat. Let's just put that into the drop and see how it sounds. Let's loop that a bit. Here we go. Sounds pretty fire. What I'm really hearing is that the reverse is still a bit loud, so I'm gonna turn that down a bit, and put the guitar up a little bit, and put the drum sounds up a little bit as well, especially the snare, which is quite quiet. The kick's loud enough. Now for the 808s. Now the 808s are not as hard as some people think. I'm going to be using an 808 also from the Pierre Bourne pack called 808 Die Lit, which is one of Pierre Bourne and Playboy Cardi's songs called Die Lit. So for the 808s, what you want to do is you want to right click it, press cut itself, which makes the 808 not overlap each other, and then you want to go to this little knob over here and then put the hold or this or the sus. Yeah, don't put the sus high, put it low. We don't want to be sus, do we? Put the hold on full, because then the 808 will stop instead of playing over each other, as I said before. Now we have to make an 808 pattern, so let's hear the bass and see how it sounds. Make the pattern like this. Put that actually over there. That's how it goes. Now we're gonna turn this up all the way. Oops, sorry about that. And we're gonna put this on an octave higher and put everything an octave lower. Add this to a channel so we can level it properly. And the reason I like using these 808s from the pack is because they don't need much mixing, because they're already mixed really well. All you really have to do is level them and add the cut itself, as I said before, and the hold on full, and the 808s will actually be done really simply. Now, one more thing you have to do is, you have to, if you want 808s and kicks to sound good together, you have to try and make the kick sound the same as the 808. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So let's just place the kicks where the 808s are. There we go. And we're going to take those kicks and place them right there. And I think we're done with the drop, I think, and the beat basically. So let's hear how the 808s and kicks sound together by themselves. To be honest, I think that sounds fire. And now for the big reveal.